can I just say congratulations
Thank you.
to the Fighting Four?
The
Come
Fighting
on.
Four.
How, okay, walk me through the medal experience. You see that you are in second place, which means silver medal. What goes through your head once you know it's you?
I mean, we were super excited. I mean, I think we're just pleased with how we did after going through so much throughout the whole competition. It was a roller coaster of emotions, and so, yeah, I'm really, really proud of how we performed under those circumstances.
Talk to me about the name Fighting Four.
So originally it was the 4 fighters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then, you know, a little hiccup happened at the beginning of our competition, and we were all came together, and we were like, we're going to switch this to the Fighting Four because we're going to fight to the end of this, and we're going to dedicate this to Simone herself because she is with us no matter what. And, you know, we all had that in our mind, and we had a mindset that was going on, and so we changed it to the Fighting Four.
Whose idea? Who said Fighting Four is what it sounds like, y'all? I think that's what we go. I think that's what we do.
I feel like it was a group decision.
Yeah, definitely.
We were all thinking of like different names for the past couple days, and then
because we were like,
that one just kind of clicked.
What are we gonna do? Because, you know, there's like so many things, like we'd be like,
yeah, all kinds of stuff.
Like,
I mean,
there was so many things. Like there was like Tokyo 4. There was
the quarantine quad.
Yeah, there was so many things that we had.
I'll be honest. I'm glad that y'all did not go to the quarantine quad. I'm glad that was not the final vote.
Yeah, we decided that wasn't the move.
Listen, love to whoever said it, but I'm glad that was not the one. That would make an odd tattoo.
Then we had then we had the Fortunate Four.
Oh, that's a good
yeah,
one.
So we had a lot of them, but then we were just like, you know what? There's gonna be so many people who are just gonna be like.
And then I think it really just.
We were always just like the Fighting Four, and then we were like, no, the 4 fighters, and we were like, that's the one.
Fighting Four.
So now,
So now tell me this: what would you have said that you were all fighting for?
I probably would say it's all about the dedication. We all dedicated our lives to this sport, and at the end of the day, you know, what we had gone through the whole postponement, through the whole us competing since February, the fight was being able to show that no matter what gets thrown at us, that we're gonna fight to the end together.
Yeah.
Because this sport, that day, yesterday was a team thing. It was a team event. It wasn't individually, and we weren't looking at it individually. We were looking at it as a team. And no matter what, although there was only 3 of us competing at that moment in time, that 4th person is what brought us all together.
Wow.
So that was the fight. I'm pretty sure like that's how we all felt. So that was the fight. We were fighting to the end, no matter what.
It's so interesting. You talk about the competing since February, the dedicating your life to this. You know, you and I just talked not too long ago.
Yeah.
And in that conversation, we talked about the decision, the choice, the move, right, to continue this fight for yourself. I think about how just a couple years ago, you were ready to and considering to walk away from the sport. And training with Simone, training for this team, changed all that for you. What would you tell that Jordan now, a silver medalist at the Tokyo Olympics?
I would tell her that you did it. You finished the chapter that you had started finally, because it was a long chapter, and like you said, like it's all about the dedication and having people who support me throughout everything. I do want to say thank you to them because I wouldn't be where I am right now if it wasn't for them. And I mean, honestly, it definitely is all glory to God because He's the one who put me in this, and I wouldn't be where I am right now if it wasn't truly for Him. So.
Yeah. Okay, so tell me, you get off the podium. There were a little bit of giggles on the podium, by the way. What was happening up there?
I said.
I knew it was you.
I was telling Simone, I said, this is the first and last time you will ever see USA in silver. Because honestly, like in our hearts, this is our gold. Because we've gone through so many ups and downs with injuries, with coaching swaps, with people who you might not even think of like was going down for, you know, and at the end of the day, it's like this is our goal because we did so much to be put in this position. And so I told her, I was like, this is the last time because I'm hoping that there will never be an Olympic Games like this because, you know, that would be very interesting.
An unprecedented games.
Yeah.
An unprecedented games.
Yes.
Tell me, who was the first person y'all called when you got off the podium? Who was the first FaceTime, the first phone call?
Mine was my mom.
Yeah, I called my mom.
I called my mom. Because, you know, I don't know any celebrities, so I was just, wait a minute. Speaking of celebrities, sorry, I got to, speaking of celebrities.
Uh-oh, you got to get something off your chest?
Normani followed me. This was before podium training. This was before podium training.
Normani, the singer.
Yes, Normani, the singer.
Formerly of Fifth Harmony.
Yes.
Is following you on
Instagram?
Instagram?
Me on Instagram, and I had a full-blown heart attack. But anyways.
Did you slide in a DM? Did you say, hey, girl, good, thank you for the
No.
follow? You haven't said anything yet?
I did. So what happened was I was like kind of dreaming, but not at the same time because I was like, it's not a dream. I woke up at like the crack of dawn.
Jordan,
it was like
I get to say, I'm loving this for you. Keep going, keep going.
It was like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was just like, I'm so tired. So I looked at my phone. I was like, it's 3 o'clock. There was like a notification, and I was like, oh, okay. Fell back asleep. Woke up, and I was like, scrolling, went to my DMs. And it was like, you have 8 DMs. I was like, okay. It said Normani, and I was like, nah, this ain't real. This ain't real.
Were you just when you bring the phone?
I really did. I was like, this ain't real.
Yeah.
So then I got up. I went to go get breakfast, came back. It was her. I literally looked at my phone, and I was like, it was podium training, like a picture of us, of me and Simone. And she like did the heart eye emoji. And I was like, oh my God.
She did not.
And I was like, the only way.
No, she did not.
Yes.
Like, what?
I was like, the only way she was able to see my story is if she follows me. Because you know you can't just randomly see a story, right? So I went. I was like, okay, FBI skills, let's go. I went into her Instagram, and then I went to her following, and it said
You did
my
not
name.
scroll the following to see if your name was on there.
No.
It's up top.
It was up top. It was up top. It was up top, and I was like, my day is made. I can go back to bed now.
Boom. What else do you need?
Right.
What else do you need?
Exactly. But yeah, going back to the first person I called was my mom.
Was your mom?
Yeah.
What was that like? I mean, tell me about that experience for the both of you. I mean, not having your parents here has to be hard. But to be able to share that call of success, like a job well done, had to be really cool.
It was.
Yeah. I mean, when I called my mom, she was just so proud of me for, you know, sticking with it and having fun along the way and just doing the job that needed to be done. So.
It looked like you were having fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
we were
don't get
having
me
a
wrong.
blast.
Don't get me wrong. The stakes were high, man.
Yes.
The stakes were high. But it looked like there were several moments where you clicked into, I know what I'm doing here. I got this. I've done this. Let's handle business. Let's handle business.
Yep.
It's cool too because I have heard, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but once Simone had walked off the floor and was not going to return for competition, that coach looked at you and was like, okay, so these uneven bars and this beam, it's go time.
Yes.
And you weren't necessarily prepared for that. And so I guess my question to you, Jordan, is how in the hell do you then gather yourself? You know that your friend is going through a certain scenario, what specifically you may not know. And then you got to pull it together, pull a program together, and then annihilate. How did you do it?
Well, luckily, I do have to say, luckily, I was still training those 2 events prior to team finals, so I kind of was still keeping myself in routine shape just in case, like, if something was going to happen. I mean, we were hoping that nothing like this was going to happen, but, you know, things happen for a reason, and it was something I wasn't expecting. At first, I thought my coach was being sarcastic. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'm doing bars and being cool. So I mean, I was putting my grips on, but then she was like telling me like, no, like, we need you for these 2 events. And so then that's when I clicked in my head and I said, okay, I have a job to do. Like,
really?
I have a job to do. The girls were like calming me down. They're like, Joe, you got this. Like, you know how to do this. Da, da, da. And I was like, oh yeah, okay. Like, yeah, sure, But you know, at the end of the day, like once you step onto that podium or onto that stage, it's go time. It's time to shine. You have to do whatever you know how to do. It's like an artist.
You
when
really
they
do.
Yeah.
You really do. I mean, the floor routines were something to see. There was something though, I want to be really real with you. There was something about watching you come off of those uneven bars and the sound when someone sticks that landing, you would have thought my baby sister was an Olympian the way that I shouted, was sweating, all kinds of stuff. Do you have an idea when you're in the competition, when you're in your event, on the beam, on the bars, on the floor routine? Do you have an idea like I'm doing really well? I'm hiccup there, hiccup here, but I'm actually killing this. Do you know?
Yeah,
Grace?
I think throughout the routine you just kind of know, but you try to not think about it too much and keep yourself calm because you're like, I still have the rest of the team to go. So yeah, you don't want to think about it too much, but you definitely have little moments where you're like, ooh, this is going really good.
I think it's once you get a flow of everything.
Yeah.
Or
you
like
get in a rhythm.
yeah, you're in a rhythm, and then or if you like are that one person that's like, oh, if I get past this skill, I'm good.
Yeah.
So I think that it just depends on who you are, because a lot of us, we could be in a flow, and the next thing you know, we're like, oh wait, how did we end up on the ground?
No, right.
Yeah, like it's just like, oh, okay. But then a lot of us are also like, okay, if I get past this skill, I'm good.
There was that moment in your floor routine. It was, I mean, you were like flying across the floor, and then your feet came out from under you.
Yes.
That would have been done. I would have been like, take me on out. That's it.
I actually kind of, once that happened, I wasn't expecting for that to happen. Like I really thought I was like gonna be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, I was like, oh, I was on my butt, and then I was just like, wait, I forgot my routine, and there's just this whole. I actually forgot that I was doing a floor routine in that
Really?
moment. Yes, because I was just like, I was not
You never fall in it.
Yeah,
so
I was
you're
like not expecting. I was just like, what do I do? Like, so yeah, there was
I hit the
just-
floor. When I was right down there with you. No joke. I was watching in the newsroom, and I was like,
Yeah, I was like, what?
Go get Joe. Go get Joe. Somebody go get Joe. I mean, but it was, and then to pull the scores that you
Yeah.
pulled, in the face of all of that, still walk away earning the silver medal. You've got to feel proud about that.
I think we definitely are very proud. Like very, very, very proud.
Yeah.
It's like a proud mom moment.
Yeah.
Like you know when your child walks across the graduation stage, and it's like a proud mom moment. Like that's how I feel with what we did. And you know, at that time I was the oldest that was competing, so seeing all like Grace and Suni doing what they do, it was like I was in awe. Like I was just so excited. Like, and then we're standing up there on that podium. It's like, yes, we did it.
It was also cool to see Simone, I mean, rooting. You talk about a mom moment.
Yes.
She was like everybody's mama.
Yes.
She was our
And at one
biggest
point she was like,
cheerleader.
Yeah.
right, you know when you tuck your lips in,
Yes,
when you tuck your lips in and you mean it,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
I'm curious because I know how close you and Simone have gotten throughout this process. I also know how close the team is. And I'm curious to know if when she was considering what to do through the rest of the competition, will I continue the competition, will I withdraw? Was there anyone that was encouraging her to stay in the competition?
No, none of us were, because you know, it's her decision. It's what she feels. We can't control what she feels. We don't know what's going on through her head. All we can do is support her, and we can love her, and we can just say, girl, you do you, because you know your body. And that's what we did. I mean, yes, at the end of it, we probably would have been like, come on, like you can do something type deal, but we all understood everything that she was
We all
doing.
knew that she had to do what was best for her.
Yep.
And we were going to support her no matter what.
Yep.
That's a really cool perspective to have. I don't know that a lot of teams can have that space. You know what I mean? That closeness, but that space where it's like, okay, how do we also prioritize the individual on the team? And if you're saying that you need this, how did you guys know though that this was like something more than the usual, all right, I think think today is not it. I think I'm gonna be done for the day, or I think I'm done for now. How did you guys know that this was something more significant?
Because she's not a quitter. I
Yeah.
mean, she's not one to just back out.
Yeah.
She
She's-
works her butt off in the gym, and
24/7.
yeah, I mean,
You wouldn't see Simone just back out on something if she knows she can do it.
yeah.
Like she said, she's not a quitter. She's the most powerful person I've ever met in my life. And knowing that she did not feel, like she was telling herself that she did not believe she could do it. She just was just like,
I think
Like,
she felt like the weight of the world on her shoulders.
she just felt so much like weight on her shoulders that she was like, look, y'all, I don't want to ruin something that I know you guys have worked so hard for. And she was telling us that, in which we were just like, yo, like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, but you're still part of us, you know? And, but, you know, she was just, right there was the moment that I wish everybody would have been able to see, because that was a powerful moment that I wish little girls were just like, Mom, I want to be just like her, because she put all of us in front of her. And that's something that not a lot of people can do, because it's just very, like, I don't want to say selfish, but some people are like that in some ways, but that's not who she is as a person. And
Yeah, I mean, like, this is the biggest meet in the world.
Yeah, like,
so
it's literally
to
the
take
biggest-
yourself out
yes,
of that
is something
it
huge.
speaks volumes of who she is as a person.
Yeah, I mean, it was also, I mean, I keep saying it. It was incredible to see you ladies rally the way that you did and perform. I mean, remarkable is the word. Have you read the headlines that talks about you guys' performance, you ladies' performance? I mean, at one point I think I read something that said Jordan Chiles is the hero we all didn't know we needed.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
made me cry.
I mean, seriously, it's. I think about that young girl who was considering walking away, and then you're here holding this medal in a year where you don't get to have all of your people to support you,
Yeah.
and how special that must be for you.
I've never, honestly, I didn't even see that. I mean, my mom told me that somebody said that I was like the phoenix of a lot of things, but you know, hearing that one, like, that really, that hit my heart very, very, because like you said, I wasn't gonna be doing this sport back in 2018, and just seeing myself now is definitely a huge accomplishment, and I'm very, very proud.
Yeah, you should be. You both should be.
Man, I said
You
I
all
wasn't
should
gonna
be.
cry.
Listen, I get it. We have this. This also something about this patio has been. It's been a crying patio today. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's something like the red table. We just all been a little emotional. I'm gonna reach out and touch somebody's hand. But I totally get it, and I wanted to share that with you because I can imagine that sometimes the pressure and even the well-wishing that media, social media, friends, family can put on you can have you feeling like you have to deliver on all of that, and you have done that, and then some. You have done that and then some, and it's so cool to see. And I wanted you to not walk away from another experience without hearing that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.